Hey guys, in this episode, I am joined by Zingara, a rising bass artist from Maryland who's known for her trippy, otherworldly sound, which she has coined as Astral Trap. Zingara has built an incredible community of supporters online via her TikTok account, where she combines videos of mind-melting bass drops and shares her love of spirituality, crystals, and manifestations. Today, you'll learn how she's navigating both worlds and where her career is headed in the future. With all that being said, let's get into it. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Rave Culture Cast, your weekly guide to the EDM community, music festivals, and more. I'm your host, Emma Capotis. Happy Wednesday, fam. How we all feeling? Let's take a moment to just check in, see how we're doing. I had a little bit of a crazy week this past week, a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows. So I'm just sort of trying to get through the weekend, take it easy, rest, recuperate, all that stuff. But I'm really excited about this episode. This guest today is somebody that I've had my eye on for a little bit, and I think she's awesome. I love her energy. We connect on a couple different interests. Some of you guys might know I'm super into spirituality now and all that good stuff. So it was really cool to have these conversations with her today. But more on Zingara in just a second. Really quickly, a couple announcements before we jump in. First and foremost, you guys, the brand new merch line, the new Plur collection is officially out. Thank you to everybody who has already supported it. Whether you guys bought a mug, a hoodie, a couple items, like thank you so much for supporting it. I'm so excited for this collection. I've literally been living in it and using all these items to death. So there will be a link in the show notes if you guys want to pick anything up. I've also gotten some feedback on different items that you want to see in the collection, so more to come on that in the future. Second important thing I just want to plug again, my new podcasting course is officially open for enrollment, you guys. It's called How to Successfully Create and Launch a Podcast from Scratch. It's a 6-week live course that's going to be kicking off on Tuesday, May 4th. By the end of this program, you will learn my exact step-by-step framework to finally take your ideas and then turn them into a high-quality podcast by the end of this. You will learn everything along the way. You'll learn how to, pick your niche, brainstorm episode topics, recording equipment, tips on post-production, and then we'll put together a marketing plan so that you can finally launch the damn thing, which is so exciting. So any future podcasters, I would absolutely love to work with you. Again, the course is officially open for enrollment, so there will be a link in the show notes. And I hope to see some of you guys inside there. We'll have weekly Q&As. You'll get to see my face every week, and we'll just do the damn thing. So super pumped about that. Okay, quickly, my affirmation is success is my inevitable outcome. Success is my inevitable outcome. I thought this was a really good one, especially fitting for Zingara, who is here today, who also, speaks about manifesting and all that good stuff on her TikTok account. For me, this is one of those things that, if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you? You kind of just have to have a mindset shift and just picture yourself being successful. Picture yourself getting that job, picture yourself succeeding in some way, rather than thinking of the what ifs or worst case scenarios. If you can just picture the outcome going in your favor and keep that mindset, it's kind of like that thing is already yours. So that's my affirmation for the week, you guys. Success is my inevitable outcome. Take that saying with you today, say it out loud, write it down, and just know that success is already yours. So with all that being said, you guys, I want to introduce Gabrielle to you guys, otherwise known as Zingara. Again, she's an incredible rising artist. She's absolutely killing it. And I think, if you could just see, the stuff she does on her TikTok page and her personality, she's got a really good soul. And she seems wise beyond her years. So I think you guys will find this conversation super interesting. Go show her some love and support, please. Stream her music, say hello to her on social media. And if you guys enjoyed this episode at the end, I would absolutely love it if you would share this to your Instagram stories. And tell a friend about it, rate and review, all that good stuff. All right, with all that being said, let's jump into this interview with Zingara. So You guys, today I have a very, very special guest on the podcast. She is a rising bass artist who has built a really incredible community online. You might have seen her popping off on TikTok when she isn't dropping her like super trippy, bouncy tracks. She's probably talking about the universe over on her TikTok page. So please join me in welcoming Zingara to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's so nice to meet you. I have to just tell you like the story beforehand because it's so funny. Like you came onto my radar probably within the last few months. It was actually Vibe with Aid who was like talking about your music, mentioning your TikTok page, and then I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but once somebody says something, it like enters your universe and then you start seeing it everywhere kind of thing. And then that's like basically what happened to me with you. I'm like, I'm seeing you here, then I'm seeing all the Electric Hawk posts and stuff like that. And I just had Daryl, the founder of Electric Hawk, on the podcast and was chatting with him. So yeah, so now I was like, okay, I need to like talk to you and know your story and know like how you got here. So I'm just super excited to chat with you. Kick it off. Tell us a little bit about yourself first and everything you've been up to pretty much.
Okay, so hello, my name is Gabrielle, but I go by Zingara, which is the title of my music project. I've been working on this for about 3 years now, but I guess over quarantine is when I started to really put all my focus onto it and pick it up. My heart is in bass music. I like the deep wubs. I like to get trippy with it. But I'm obsessed with all electronic music. I've been a huge fan of going to shows, going to festivals of certain artists for several years now. And I'm very grateful and blessed to actually see my project and my dreams coming to life right now. But yeah, I guess that's the basic intro.
Awesome. I was going to ask you a little bit about that too, because I was going to say, as a fan first, can you talk a little bit about what your experience has been like just going to shows and festivals and like, you know, what that's been like for you over the past few years?
Yeah. So I guess growing up, I grew up on a farm. So I grew up listening to country music. And literally right when I got to college, it was like shift. I was like, pause, no more of this stuff. I mean, no hate if you guys listen to country music, but I went to my first festival. I went to Bonnaroo. And it literally completely changed everything for me. I mean, the atmosphere, the people that I met, the performances that I've seen. And I think it was Alice in Wonderland on the last night that I saw. And I was like, damn, I want to be like her. Like, I love performing. I danced my whole life as well. And so when I got to college, I also hurt my knee and I couldn't dance anymore. And I was like, I need another way to perform where I'm not, putting all this pressure on my knee. Because I love being in front of crowds. I love music. I've always had that love for music and performing. And so after I went to that festival, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to teach myself to DJ. I've had some other people telling me that I should have gotten on it by now, just because I was also a film major in college and I love to film the DJs at my local clubs. That's what I like to do. I always love music videos. So after going to that festival and then going to a few more, I was like, okay, I really want to do this. I love everybody that goes to these events. I love the atmosphere. I love the music so much. And this is what I want to do. This is for me.
That's so cool. I feel like that is people have a similar experience to that. Like, I think some people just attend events and shows and things like that as a hobby and they love the music. And then there are some people who are like, whoa, this completely rocked my world. Like, this is what I want to do professionally. I want to be in this world all the time, which is what happened to you. I think that's super cool. So I wanted to hear the connection. So that's interesting that you were filming these shows and things like that. What was that? Were you just doing that like as a freelancer for work or just for fun?
Yeah, I was doing it for freelance just because I was a film major and I went to a local small festival in my hometown and I met one of the promoters for it. And he told me he had a promotional company at one of the venues in Towson, which is where I went to school. And he asked me if I wanted to come film and I did, and I loved it. And I was like, hold up. I don't want to be filming it. I want to be playing the music. Like I've always been that annoying girl that's like, give me the aux cord. Like I know what to play. I know exactly what the mood is. I know the vibe. But yeah, I started also realizing that with my film major, I could also take music classes and music courses. So once I finished all of the classes I needed for film, I was like, okay, what do I like better? Do I like filming or do I like music and DJing? And I picked music. And I basically had to make that sacrifice because, I mean, all of my connections are with music now instead of film. But yeah, I mean, I took as many music classes as I could after that. And that's what branched out this tree that I'm working on right now. So.
I love that though. I think it's so good to be well-rounded though, and just have that knowledge because one, you never know when that will come in handy. And two, I'm sure you probably are super involved in like your own artwork and how you're going to be representing yourself too. And now you have like that side of it, which is cool.
I'm lucky with that just because I can do all my own promotional videos and work like that. So very lucky.
Very cool. Wait, so was it always bass music for you back then too? Or were you into other types of music too?
When I started DJing, the first person that like offered me to like test it was a small bar, and those people at that bar liked hip hop. So I started out scratching and doing playing a lot of hip hop music. But when I went to certain shows, it was always the bass music that really just like hit a spot in my heart that I was like, this is awesome. I like to call it sexy dubstep. Just because like that type of music really just hits a spot for me. But I do overall, like, I mean, I can rock to anything. We got house music going on. I'll vibe to that. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's really always been bass music.
What was the process like for you learning? Like, did you pick it up quickly or were there some things you struggled with?
I think I picked up quicker than others just because of the people I was surrounded by, just because, you know, I was filming and watching everyone. And also because when I was dancing, I would make the mixes for when we would have competitions myself. And so also my boyfriend, he is also a DJ and a producer. So I learned a lot from him as well. And because of the classes I could take, it really just clicked easier for me. And also because I danced like 8 counts and knowing how music works and all of that type of stuff. I also used to play the clarinet. So like I understood like music theory and everything. So I definitely picked it up a little bit quicker, I would say, but I'm still nowhere where I eventually would like to be. If that makes sense.
That's okay. I mean, but the growth is unreal too, because honestly, like 6 months from now, you could be in a completely different spot than you're in now. So I think things happen quickly, especially when we have the time to dedicate to them. So how long ago was this?
That was at the end of my freshman year of college is where I picked up DJing. But then I think it wasn't until the end of my junior year of college where I bought Ableton and I actually started to produce music and take my projects seriously. Because before then, you know, I loved it. I was doing it for fun, but realistically, I was like, can I see myself doing this the rest of my life? I would love to, but I would really have to sacrifice everything else that I also have a love for. That's the Virgo in me. I like to do and be good at a lot of little small things. So I really was like, if I'm going to dedicate myself to this, I'm going to work on it every single day. And I know that quarantine, you know, starting off rough, it's been very difficult for a lot of people, but I decided for myself that this is going to be my time to really focus on making my dreams come true. And like you said, if I could go back 6 months ago and tell myself even where I am now, I wouldn't believe you.
It's really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I mean, I think obviously given this year too, it kind of forced a lot of people to really focus in, like reprioritize, work on themselves, do all these things, hone in on a new craft and things like that. So yeah, I think the growth was like exponential this past year. But wait, so are you 22 now?
Yes.
Okay. So are you still in school or are you done with school?
I graduated at the end of 2020. So just
okay. Nice. Oh my God. So you have a degree in filmmaking? Or?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay, cool. I mean, that's nice. You wrapped that chapter up. You completed it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish at that point. And just because I had the opportunity to take so many music classes, I was like, okay, with my senior year and the end of my junior year, I literally took all music theory and music production classes.
So cool.
With like using microphones and miking up different bands and live music as well. So it was really interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely good again, excuse me, just to have that background and like learn that. And you were so close anyway. So that's nice that you were able to wrap that up and do everything with that. And so when did things start to pick up? Like when did this project, were you like, oh wow, okay, we're doing something?
Funny how it happened. So at the end of August of last year, I was like, I've always been obsessed with TikTok. I used to have it as a joke in 2018.
Okay.
And so I was like, why don't I just try to like take TikTok seriously, write down some ideas, make videos every single day. And that's what I started doing. And it wasn't until January when I released my song Chemical Dreams, where that got a lot of traction, which caught me by total surprise. Like I woke up the next day and I saw that my song had like 20,000 plays.
Wow.
In a few days. And I was like, huh? Like, what's going on? And it was so random that I've had other people like ask me if I like bought the plays to it and that kind of stuff, because it was like out of nowhere. And ever since that song and because of TikTok, I have been really pushing my music side of TikTok instead of just talking about spiritual stuff. And that's where it really started picking up. And I started doing my weekly little DJ videos on there, which have gotten some good recognition in my opinion. And it's really awesome to see my hard work like finally starting to pick itself up. And because of TikTok and because of Chemical Dreams, that's where I met Tate, my manager with Electric Hawk.
Yep.
And that is just an amazing team of people. And I am so blessed to be a part of that and to have made the small connections I have just because of TikTok. It's crazy what this app can do when you use it in a positive way.
Seriously. Oh, I love that for you. I fucking love T. She's so cool. Okay. I want to talk about the partnership, but, okay. I want to go through this a little bit further. So Chemical Dreams, which is so fucking good, by the way, you guys. I just had that in one of my YouTube videos, but, okay. So when did that officially drop? What date did that drop?
That was January 10th, I believe.
2020.
And that was my final project for one of my music classes in college. Like was my final project. So I didn't even know if I wanted to put it out.
Plus. Yeah.
The day before I was supposed to release it, I was like, I don't know, should I take it out of stores? I was not confident about it just because it was so different from what I usually make. And I was like, are people going to like this? And I was not expecting anything, which is why it's crazy. Like I was so on the complete opposite side of this song and the reaction that I got. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You guys should keep it up.
Yep. Wow. And then look at where it's gone. Okay. So if you could describe to the audience, if they're new to you, I know it's hard to say this, but like, how would you describe your sound or what kind of music are you trying to make? Okay.
So I came up with this idea a few months ago. I was like, who is stopping me from making my own subgenre of music? So because I'm morphing my brand with music, with spirituality. So I was like, I want to make a subgenre called Astral Trap. And what this means is that when you come and you see me play and you hear my music, it's supposed to not, even though the sounds are deeper, it's like the way that I'm making it and the way that I tune into things when I produce music, it's supposed to raise your vibration and not only put you into your own mind, but explore yourself and listen to the music and make you feel different than usual. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm just going to start my own subgenre, call it Astral Trap. And it's supposed to be a mix between universal, spiritual vibes and deep wub bassy vibes combined.
Wow. That just hit me in like a different kind of way. Cause like you just described that perfectly. I completely get what you're trying to say with the music you've put out so far. I fucking love that. That's such a cool thing. I was going to say there's so many subgenres and genres now at this point. It's like a dangerous game to play. So it's like it's hard to categorize people, especially some artists just want to make a different sound with every single song they release. So it's like,
I was like, why not?
Yeah. Why don't put people into a box? Yeah. That's so cool.
A lot of people, like when they go to shows, it's like they want to like almost like leave their mind space. And it's like, no, honey, I'm bringing you in there. I'm making you do all your shadow work and release everything. So you go in there and you release everything when you listen to me play. And that's my goal.
Ooh. So have you done any live shows yet?
Yeah. So before quarantine and everything, I was playing around locally or around Maryland at the different venues. And my first big show was opening for Subtronics, which
Oh,
that whole
wow.
time I was like having panic attacks. So I was like, is this real? I like couldn't believe that I like made that accomplishment in my life just because I looked up to him so much.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then, right, I mean, I had shows lined up and then,
Mm.
everything stopped. So I've been doing live streams, not only with like Electric Hawk and different people, but also on
Mhm.
my TikTok. I go on live and I DJ for people as much as I can, just because I don't feel comfortable. I haven't felt comfortable playing shows. And I just want to make sure
Mhm.
everybody's safe right now. But I do have a festival coming up in May that's like pod style. So you can go like
Cool.
with
Love
a
it.
vibe in a pod. So I was like, okay, I feel safe with that one. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do.
Is that
So
the one in Utah? Or
no,
no?
that one it's in Tennessee. It's
Oh,
called
cool.
Big Electro Fest. It's
Cool. Oh,
smaller.
that's going to be so interesting from your
Oh, yeah.
perspective.
It's going to be my first real show back in over a year. So I'm like,
Wow.
I need to, because I don't have the equipment I use. I use CDJs when I perform, but at home I have a different board. So I'm like, which one of my friends can I steal their CDJs and
Yeah.
practice on? I gotta pick it back
Warm up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But the good thing is, because I'm thinking about this even just preparing for festival season, the good thing is everybody's in the same position. Like everybody's warming up. Everybody doesn't feel ready or like, I haven't been working out as much as I should be. Like,
Oh
I think
yeah,
we're all going to be fine the way we are.
exactly. And I know that the energy when everybody does
Mm.
back, oh my gosh, so excited. I'm beyond
That's
excited.
so exciting. Yeah, it's definitely starting to pick up because I know sometimes you can confuse the line between being like overwhelmed or having anxiety with an excitement. And I've been trying to have these mindset shifts of being like, you're excited. You're not nervous, you're excited. Think about it that way rather than thinking about it as like anxiety. But things are opening up. And I think that momentum from going to like feeling like we're stuck in our house every single day, the same routine, daily shit, and into like, nope, switch, like we're off to the races, shit is opening. Like I think it's going to be very fast paced. I have a
Yeah,
feeling, especially
I
for you.
that perfectly. I totally agree.
It's
So
exciting though. I mean, and the other thing too that you've done this whole past year is like really build up your community because I think the focus on TikTok was extremely smart because there's so many artists out there trying to get heard. And it's like you can take something as simple as TikTok, which I know how much work it takes to manage a TikTok. It's not easy to create that many posts, but I think it's awesome that you really focused on just building up your community. Like, can you talk a little bit about your page?
thank you. Yeah. I want to make this connection too really quickly, just
Mhm.
for people in case anyone is interested in using TikTok the right way. Imagine YouTube when it just started out many years ago and
Mhm.
where the original creators are right now. Now is the time to start up your social media page, to start up on TikTok, because imagine where it's going to be in 10 years. And
Yep.
so I had that mindset and I was like, you know what? We're going to do it.
Mhm.
And back in August is when I started posting some DJ videos, but mainly I was talking about my experiences with spirituality and with spirit in general. Just because ever since I was a child, I have been able to communicate with spirit.
Mhm.
And whether anyone wants to believe that or not, everyone has their own experiences. And I started talking about it. And then I got asked more questions about it. And so then I would make videos answering everybody's questions. And then it really spiraled off into, wow, I can really help people out. I didn't understand
Mhm.
or realize how many people were the same as me. Just because when I was a kid and I would talk to my friends about my ghost experiences, they would think I'm psycho. And
Mhm.
I didn't understand that so many people had similar experiences. So my page started picking up talking about spirit and, how to work with yourself and the universe and angel numbers, spirit guides, all that
Love
kind
it.
of
Yeah.
stuff. It's a whole different realm of TikTok. And then when I got so focused on that I kind of almost pushed music aside. And then
Mm.
when I posted my song Chemical Dreams, that's when I was like, hold up, I'm going to morph the two together. And
Yep.
that's when I have been going back and forth, every other video I'm talking about the universe or that I'm
Yeah.
talking about music. So that's where I am right now, just trying to morph the two as best as I can. And it's also kind of difficult in a way because TikTok likes when you have one niche that you talk about.
Yeah.
And I am literally all over the place. It's the Virgo thing. And I just have so many things that I want to talk about and teach about that it is more challenging for me, but I also like the challenge. So
Yep. I mean, as a viewer too, because to me, I agree with the app. Like it is a little frustrating that they like want you to kind of categorize yourself. But as a user, like we're multifaceted people. Like I have the same interests as you, which is I love that you talk about spirituality and music because those are both my interests as well. And there's so many other people out there. You know, like we're not going to have one interest that we focus on. So it is frustrating that the app does that. But I was going to say, I love the range that you post. I'm so into the spirituality shit. It's so cool. I mean, everyone listening right now, yes, it's a music podcast, but we're going to talk about spirituality for a couple minutes here. So hang tight. Okay. Can you just speak a little bit more about it? Like you said, it was started with like when you were a kid, but now as an adult, how has that changed for you? Are you even more spiritual? Have you learned different practices? Like where are you at with it now?
So when I was a child, I realized that I had spirits coming to me and I was like, am I schizophrenic or is this real? And because I met my aunt when I was in 7th grade, long story short, and she is also a psychic medium among many other things. She also practices witchcraft. She's a crazy lady. She's also pretty much fine. And she came up to me and she literally told me, she was like, I know that you can see spirit. And I was like, okay, can you teach me? And she taught me literally everything as a child, you know, about how crystals have energy, about how to work with spirit, what to do with lost souls, teaching me about Reiki, teaching me about spirituality. And when I loved it. I was so focused on it when I was in middle school and beginning of high school. But right when I got to college, it all faded to the side just because, you know, we're in college, we're gonna be crazy. And it wasn't until I graduated and moved. I graduated at the end of December. It was when I moved home from my apartment back in the end of March, early April of last year, where I got home and it was like, it hit me in the face. Spirit and the universe was literally like, Gabrielle, it is time to wake back up. It is time to get on your shit. It is time to talk about this and do this and put it in people's faces. And it's okay to talk about it because I never talked about it publicly. And also I think it's important if I am trying to do music, I think it's important to connect with your crowd on a deeper level than just, you know, posting an Instagram picture every 2 weeks or, you know, posting your music. What draws people in is becoming deep and personable with people. That's exactly what I want to do. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I would love to help anybody like watching, listening to me. I'm literally on the internet to help people with my music and with spirituality. Like that's what I always say. I wouldn't have social media without it. So
yeah, no, it's so good. You're speaking so authentically, like from yourself. And I love that you said it hit you and you were like, I just have to talk about it. Cause I think it's when it's coming from a good place, it's like, yep, you need to share the message. There's people out there who need to hear it, you know?
And then when I did start talking about it, I was like, why have I not thought about doing this beforehand? I was like, what have I been doing the past 4 years? Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
What would you say to somebody who, because there, you know, obviously is this whole like spiritual reawakening. It's been very evident within this past year, which makes a lot of sense. Like that happened for me. I was similar to you where, not fully psychic, but like I'm a Pisces, like weirdly intuitive and I have very vivid dreams. I've had grandparents visit me in dreams and I'll like think things very strangely. And a few days later, things will happen. I'm like, what the fuck? So I have weird things like that happen. But until this past year in April 2020, I picked up like reading tarot cards and learned about crystals. So that is very new. So for you, somebody that it's been involved in your life, like what would you say to other people who are just discovering it now? Like how do they dip their toes into this?
So the first thing I would say is that literally everybody's psychic, whether everybody wants to believe that or not, everybody is psychic, you know, anybody can open up and accept their third eye, their pineal gland. And that is a thing, you know, your third eye, your pineal gland literally has rods and cones in it. which is crazy. Like it's literally a third eye.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has it. And what I would say starting out is read books. Period. Don't, it's fun to go onto TikTok and learn just like a lot. There's a huge community out there, but read books. Spirituality is for everybody. Don't listen to people that try to gatekeep it, because a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. And everybody's a spiritual being. If you're trying to get into crystals, I would say to go to your nearest crystal shop and pick out what you feel drawn to. There's no like, you have to get this one first, because crystals, I mean, everything has energy to it. This couch, everything vibrates, and crystals really have certain energies to them. If you're trying to manifest, your dreams, literally getting a crystal and wearing it around every day, I kid you not, it can help you. What else? Tarot cards. Tarot cards are also very interesting. I'm happy that you said you're getting into them, just because
love it.
I was introduced to them as a kid, and I always thought it was crazy because I still have pictures of my readings. And one of the most profound tarot readings I've had, it literally said, you need to make music. It was a card that said, make music. Wow. After you make music, this is what's going to happen. You're going to find a boyfriend. You're going to do this. It was all these cards, and it all came true within the next year. And, all of that's real. There's, I saw a video the other day of this girl that was talking about all the different combos of tarot cards, and it's thousands. If you're just going to do a 2-card spread, for people that don't believe in it, it can resonate with you if you accept it. So, it's spirituality is for everyone. I would just say, do your own research, find your niche of what you want to, learn about most. And you don't have to have crystals, tarot cards, doing any of that to consider yourself a spiritual person. Right. It's kind of the aesthetic that's changing things now. But yeah.
It's a lot. I literally thought while you were talking, I was like, can you imagine? Because this is not a new thing, guys. Hello. But can you imagine like all of like the crystal shops and like the local places who have probably been like quiet. They've been there forever. And now in this past year, like popping off. I can't even imagine.
And I like swear half of it is because of TikTok, just because
it's crazy.
Huge community on there. It's literally insane. And the people that I've met, I mean, I could talk about this for hours.
I know.
Yeah, the coming on.
No, it is. But I mean, it's exciting. I think like whatever entryway you find into it, like follow what feels best for you. And do you think this, like, how does this affect your career? Because you obviously have a certain mindset. Do you think this helps you guide like where you're going and just feel more confident in everything you're doing?
Yeah, I have had so many experiences to tell myself that like literally right now sitting here talking to you is exactly where I need to be. And I think that everybody, whether you are having good days, bad weeks, months, you're still where you need to be. And spirituality has not only helped me accept me wanting to do something different, and everyone listening that is, trying to make music as a career, it's okay to focus on this and like put everything else aside and really focus on your dreams. And it's made me really want to put my goals first above anything else. And I don't care what I have to do to get there. And I mean, even just like, I know I talk about angel numbers a lot and seeing repeating numbers, and those just literally mean that you are also exactly where you need to be. We're in perfect synchronicity with where we are. And the more you start to see them, the more you'll start to notice that nothing is a coincidence. And it's crazy the amount of coincidences you'll start to see when you get more involved and when you are more aware of what's going on. It's crazy.
I know. I'm so big on the angel. I love that shit. The angel numbers thing really changed everything. Literally yesterday I was buying my EDC flight and I was like, oh, this is really fucking expensive. Like maybe I should wait a couple days. And the flight length was 4:44. I was like, I'm buying the flight. I was like, this is it. Yeah.
I always say to trust the universe, and I'm like, do I trust it too much sometimes? Like, like if I see something or if something goes horribly wrong for me, I'm like, whatever, I guess it's supposed to happen. I'm like, is that a good thing?
I know. It's so funny. It's like that with like signs and things like that. Like we obviously in the neighborhood, there's a sign that like the number is 222. And I say it every time. My fiance's like, the sign's not going anywhere. You know, it's there. I'm like, whatever. It makes me feel good every time. Whatever. Oh no, I think this stuff is super, super interesting. And I think there's just like, there's just something about having those mindset shifts too, especially like being in this industry. I feel like if whatever you can take on that makes you feel more comfortable, more confident, feel more abundant, like why not? Why not do those practices? And since you're so early like in this industry, can you talk a little bit about like what the experiences has been like so far, even working with Electric Hawk?
So far, me doing music has been amazing for me. I know that it can stress a lot of people out just because like nowadays, if you like aren't on social media, like marketing is like one of the most important things, which is weird because I mean, it used to obviously not be like that. But I mean, it's been great. And especially with Tate, with Electric Hawk, I always hype her up. I'm like, she is the best person ever.
Seriously.
I'm so blessed to have her. And she's really like pushing me in the right direction, helping me out with certain things that have been going on. I mean, it's, I'm obsessed with the music industry. I'm obsessed with music, but there's also like the toxic side of it. And I mean, we don't really have to get into that, but I've definitely have felt pulled to that and like gotten involved in that. And I'm like, hold up, who cares? Who cares?
Yes.
It can be stressful and it can be annoying and people are going to use you and people are going to be rude to you and hate you because you're doing what you want to do or hate you because you're actually getting some recognition. But at the end of the day, screw them. I don't care.
Yeah, you got to stay in your own lane.
I really shift my mindset to really focus on myself, stop letting other people really like negatively influence me, be myself, wear what I want to wear, say what I want to say, what I want to do. And that's the mindset you have to have if you're going to be publicly in an industry that really is nitpicky, if that makes sense.
Totally. Yep. And you got to just put your blinders on, because if you're focused on what you're doing and it's coming from a good place and you believe in it and everything like that, like obviously naturally as you grow, you're going to have more and more eyeballs on you and more and more people who aren't in your community who are going to comment and do all those things. But I think, if you just know what you're doing and stay true to it, you'll be fine.
It's also funny to me just because of like on my TikTok account, I have the two sides of it, the spiritual side and the music side. When I go live, like the other day I was going live and DJing and some of the comments were like, I don't get it. And I'm just, I don't care. It's just like, some people are so hateful on the internet that if you're going to be on there, you really just have to put your shades on and hit the block button.
Yep. Or just don't. I tell my like one of my friends, because I work as like a social media coach now. So I work with some girls and I tell them, like, they ask me, what do I do with a DM or a negative comment? I'm like, do not even respond or give it your time of day, because I know you want to defend yourself, but like that will just trigger that person to keep going. Like let them, they just needed to get out whatever they needed to get out that day. It's not about you. So like, let them do their post and ignore it and just move on.
Always a reflection of themselves. And I really just laugh these days. Like if I get a hate comment, it's funny to me because I'm like, what? How do you have the time to do that? Who has the time to leave negative shit on the internet? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you hear my TikTok and all the people I've blocked, it's hilarious to me. I laugh about it with my other friends that talk like are content creators on TikTok. We just always geek about it because you're like, the amount of people we've blocked because there's so many hateful people on the internet is actually comical.
Yeah. And you just got, and that's the difference too. Like you're just out here creating, sharing your art, doing your thing. And then there are people who are watching and people who feel bad about it for whatever reason. But again, it's not about you. And it's exciting. I mean, I'm really excited for you. I feel like there's so much on the horizon. And since this is a festival related podcast, I do want to chat with you about just like live events and festivals coming up. So since you're a fan of festivals, one, what has been like one of your favorite festival memories? And two, what's a dream festival you would love to play?
Okay. One of my favorite memories. That is so hard. Just because, it's all of them are fun. I guess my dream festival to play, I'm going to have to say Bonnaroo just because that was the first festival I went to. And the atmosphere there, it feels like that's the festival that feels like home to me. And I don't know, I guess one of my favorite memories is going to Hijinks, honestly. Have you Hijinks?
That's in Philly, right?
Yeah. And I went to the first year of it. And then last year I got to play the official after party for it. So that was like when I found out, it was the day of that I found out that I could play it. I was like, shit, I got to put something together real quick. But I had one of the most fun times I've had in a long time. So I guess that would be my favorite. Yeah, definitely Bonnaroo, my number one place to play.
Have you camped at a lot of festivals?
I love camping. So yeah, I think that I'm going to be camping at this one too. But yeah, I mean, I'm a camper.
Love camping. Yeah.
I hate grimy. Like, I don't care.
Oh, no, I love it. Electric Forest last year would have been my first like camping experience. I don't know why. I've always done city festivals or just done hotels, but now that EDC is happening, I'm doing Camp EDC. Technically, it's not the camp, like in the woods camping experience, but we'll see how that goes. Any tips?
Bring a shade, like bring something for shade is like my number one thing. Yeah. And just, I don't know if you can get like little fans too for like inside your tent, because it's literally impossible. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard to sleep. Sleeping like around so much music and so much going on. Maybe even earplugs if you have trouble falling asleep. I can fall asleep anywhere. So I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah, even at camping at Bonnaroo, it's so beautiful there just because it's a whole giant open field. And it's so big that you can tell that the earth is circular, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
It's insane.
Beautiful. All right. I wanted to ask this before too, but I forgot. I just remembered. You have an Etsy shop as well, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I opened that up, I guess the end of 2020. I started wire wrapping jewelry because I wanted to put some merch out for Zingara. And I was like, what better? I didn't want to do like stickers or t-shirts. I wanted to do something different. And I was like, what better way than to make crystal jewelry? Like, that's my vibe. That's my thing. And so I made some of those. And then I opened up my Etsy shop. I was making rings. I have some on right now. And I was making a bunch of different crystals because also my uncle owns a crystal shop in Maryland. And he would go to these big crystal conventions and then bring me back a ton of crystals to wire wrap. So I'm definitely working on restocking that just because, I'm all over the place, like I said. I feel like I have so many crystals to wrap and different styles and stuff that I want to make, but it's like finding the time to do that. I'm like, okay, whoa. Where are my priorities?
It's a full-time job.
Because, like, I definitely have some crystals for my next like merch drop, but it takes so long. I'm not just, ordering stickers. It's different for me, but it's going to be worth it once it does come out because I get some cool stuff. I must
Yeah. I want to end on like, what are you most excited about right now? Like, what are you working on?
I'm working on my first EP, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm also working on an EP with my friend. She goes by Asteria. And so that I'm very excited to release more music this year. I have another song, a collab coming out with my boyfriend. He goes by Royal Flush next month, and I'm super excited. And most importantly, I'm excited to get shows rolling back in, like go back to kind of normal, to play a show again. It's like, is it anxiety or is it excitement? I don't know at this point, but either way, I'm ready. I'm ready to perform, release more music, and connect with people, and also get some more crazy outfits, have excuse to buy some more festival outfits for it. Yep.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. So my Rave fam always calls it potential energy. We like coined that term. Like every time before we went to a festival, we were like getting the nervous butterflies, and the same thing. We were like, oh, I'm getting anxiety. I can just like get that feeling. And we're like, no, we're calling it potential energy because you're not there yet. You're not at the event, but it's building. And that's like the feeling we're sitting in right now.
That's good.
Yep. No, I'm so excited for you. I literally can't wait to be like in the crowd, either at your show or at a festival, and see you up there, like absolutely fucking kill it.
One day.
It's going to happen. It's a matter of time. It's going to happen. Keep doing what you're doing. Where can people connect with you and find you online?
My TikTok is Zingara Music, Zingara Music. I have to fix this. Honestly, I'm kind of slacking. They're all different. I mean, Instagram, Zingara.official, Twitter, Zingara official. But if you want to see the most of me, definitely go to my TikTok page. And Feel free to ask me any questions you have about music, about spirituality, DJing. I'm here, like I said, to help everybody listening. And yeah.
Non-stop content and music. Go check it out. Go show some love and support Zingara. Hang tight. Everybody else, I'll be back with EDM news. Alrighty, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Zingara. Again, please go show her some love and support. Check her out on TikTok, stream her music, whatever it might be. Tell her Rave Culture Cast sent you. I am super excited to see where her career goes. I know this is just the beginning for her. She's got a great partnership with Electric Hawk and a great manager in Tate. So I'm really, really excited for her. And I think her sound is super, super interesting. Like I said, I can't stop playing Chemical Dreams. It's insane. And she's like getting me back into bass music. So we love that. All right, I'm gonna jump into some industry news here and then we will wrap this thing up. Okay, first and foremost, let's start. We've got a couple different announcements here. I gotta talk about the ARC lineup. Has anybody seen this? Because it's insane. It's probably old news at this point already. But basically there is a brand new house music festival coming to the birthplace of house music in Chicago. I talked about this festival when the announcement came out a while ago on the podcast, but yeah, we officially have the full lineup. I'm pretty sure tickets honestly might be sold out at this point because it was so fire. It is so stacked. I can't even comprehend, you guys. Like, if you are a house music fan, this is ridiculous. I'm just gonna go through it because it's small. It's a 2-day festival. So you've got Adam Bayer back-to-back Serezdi. Serezdi is Eric Prydz Alias. You have a Bob Moses club set, Fire, Camel Fat, Christoph, Deborah DeLuca, holy shit. You've got some techno on here too, by the way. Derek Carter, DJ Heather, DJ Pierre. I don't know anybody in that line, so I gotta do my research. Eline Fur, Eric Prydz. Eric Prydz is on here 3 times, you guys, just you wait. Fisher, so we've got some tech house. Gene Farris, Hiroko Yamaura, Hot Since 82. Never seen him, very excited about that. Idris D, Luciano, Latrell, Mason Maynard, big fan. Mathame, sorry if I butchered that. Medusa, my mind was completely blown when I saw Medusa. Honestly, that was like one of the biggest selling points because I think he's awesome. Nicole Mudaber, holy shit, legend. Patrick Topping, Seth Troxler, Steve Gerrard, the Martinez brothers, Will Clark, and Zoo. Like, the amount of power and like legends on this lineup is ridiculous. Not only that, in the bottom, there's gonna be a full stage experience from Elro, which is so cool. I have never personally attended an Elro show live. However, they build these like absolutely incredible, surreal, like fantastical world. It's like a fully immersive experience. So that in itself is amazing that they're going to be basically like a stage host. And on top of that, so you've already got Eric Prydz twice on this lineup. He's also going to be playing the official after party as his alias Prida. Some of you say Prida, I say Prida. I don't really know which one's correct, but I say Prida. That is my favorite alias that he does. I absolutely love it. So it says all ticket holders will get a closing party at Radius, which is this big venue in Chicago, and Prida is playing. So that is just insanity. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep you guys posted, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna not go to Elements and I'm gonna go to ARC now. I changed my mind. So we're gonna try and make that happen, and I'm gonna go to Chicago for the first time for Labor Day weekend, potentially. So I would love to cover that festival. Okay, we also have a virtual festival coming up. I think it's this weekend. Yes, Saturday, April 24th. Porter Robinson is taking his festival, Secret Sky, and making it a virtual festival, which is really cool. You've got Bauer, Boys Noise, End of the World, Imanu back-to-back Bunshin, question mark, and James Ivy, Caro Bonito, Black City, Masakatsu Takagi, I think? Yeah, Takagi. No Rome, Porter Robinson, Rez, Salute, Surf, Swarty, Wave Racer, Yvette Young. Really cool. So you guys can definitely check that out if you're a Porter fan or if you're a Secret Sky fan. That's going to be happening for you. We also got some new music, you guys, from Kygo, which is really exciting. I absolutely love Kygo, and I was excited to see a new single from him. It's a little bit more chilled out, but it's called Gone Are the Days. So definitely feel free to check that one out. Alrighty, and then we also have some festival announcements here. Forbidden Kingdom, which is taking place June 11th to the 12th in Florida. This is also Insomniac is helping produce this event now. I think we all knew. They just had a live stream, But I wanted to mention, because I saw this, they are going to be switching locations for this event. So it says they're going to be relocating to the Orlando Amphitheater at Central Florida Fairgrounds for its 2021 return. This new venue will host an upgraded layout with more space for our kingdom to thrive. We can't wait to share phase 1 of our most epic lineup to date on April 19th. So it's already out, but when I'm recording this, it's the 17th, so I don't know the full lineup yet. But yeah, so there you go, guys. It's going to be in a new location. I'm sure you guys who are local will understand what that venue will be like. And then Ubby fam, by the time this comes out, it's coming up this weekend, which is insane. This is like the first major music festival in the United States since, you know, post-COVID, kind of in the middle of it, a little controversial, but anyway. So here is their health and safety plan that they posted. It says, attention team Ubby and team W, no matter what team you're on, your health and safety is our #1. Our job is to hashtag save the rave and we need your help. The easiest way to enter is to use the Health Pass by Clear app and enter the fast lanes. All you need to do is download the app, verify your identity, and complete a virtual health screening before you arrive. There will be a second line for our fully vaccinated friends with their vaccination cards. Lastly, there will be a third general entry line with anonymous health screenings. And if you see a few COVID sniffing canine friends at the gates, they are helping to keep us all safe. You guys can get more information if you're attending at ubbfestival.com/health pass. Very interesting. So from what I've heard, people saying, like, if you're vaccinated, obviously amazing, you'll have your own entry. But from what I've heard, the app is literally just like a health screening that you could fill out, I guess, like how you're feeling and things like that. Or I'm sure it's like when you're traveling, like, have you been around anybody who's been exposed, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how safe that is. Obviously anybody could lie on a health screening. So, you know, we'll see how everything goes. I'm wishing them the best. COVID cases have been going down in Texas. I know Disco Donnie, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you should. He puts on this festival. He's the founder. So definitely follow him if you want some light entertainment and also like information and tips, because he's posting all the time. Alrighty, you guys, that is everything that I've got for you this week. I really, really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did and you guys are enjoying this free content, what you can do to show your love and support is rate and review on iTunes. We also have 2 incredible Rave Culture Cast communities, you guys. So there's a Facebook group, which is amazing. And then we also just started a Discord group. So if you want to like have more conversations, find a rave fam, like all that good stuff. We have all these different channels for different festivals, like East Coast ravers, West Coast, Midwest, all that good stuff. So the Discord group is always linked down below in the description. And again, I just wanted to shout out the new Plur collection is out. If you guys want to buy any merch and show some support to the podcast, I really, really appreciate it. And of course, if you guys are considering launching a podcast, I am so, so, so excited for this brand new course I am doing. It's really going to change everything for you. We're going to put away excuses about time, money, all that stuff. Like, that is going away. You're going to commit to yourself over the course of these 6 weeks, and you will come out with a high quality podcast by the end of it. You know, that is my personal mission to help you get there. So I'm super, super excited about that. Enrollment is now open. Payment plan options are available if you guys want to split up the payments and make it easier on yourself. But yeah, I hope to see some of you guys inside there, and I hope to work with some of you. And I think that's all I have. Again, go show Zingara some love and support. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye, guys.